Indianapolis in the fall. The motorsports capital of the world turns to more hybrid happenings and welcomes the biggest of all events for off-road enthusiasts. Like the four-wheel faithful, mud racers from all over the country head to the state fairgrounds. Some of the biggest names in the sport have been here over the years, like Mike Thomas, Tom Means, and Mr. Four-Wheeler Jim McConville. These men have left their marks by shedding new low ETs at the Fall Nationals. Today, we'll see if a new name will be added to this Jamboree's list of lore. But this we know, Indiana grit does not surrender glory without a fight. This is Trucks and Tractor Power. Today we feature the best in NMRO mud racing. From the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis, it's the four-wheel and off-road Jamboree Fall Nationals. Today, the NMRO Class 5 Cut Tire Competition. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Lee, and welcome to Trucks and Tractor Power. You know, in all kinds of motorsports, the fall of the year means really the start of the second half of the season. The fall also means cooler temperatures. That's typical here in Indiana, but also every year we come to my hometown and it rains. In fact, it's rained this weekend. Now, right now, the skies are partly cloudy. It is cool, and conditions are great for both the fans and the competitors. In fact, the engines like the coolness with the high humidity. Helps to build more horsepower. But right now, let's check in on track conditions with my colleague, Army Armstrong.
Gary, you know, earlier today we had some other classes running the pit, and they didn't have any problem at all with it. As a matter of fact, they said the pit itself is in awfully good shape. The water all around is kind of like a swampland. That didn't seem to bother anybody. As a matter of fact, if we told you before, the moisture actually helped these guys make horsepower. But there is a little bit of a problem. I'm going to show it to you. On the starting line itself where I'm standing, you've got two choices. You can either line up in a real sandy stuff like this, or you got to go to the mud. Now, the guys are telling me if you don't line up in the mud, you might as well go home, because that's the stuff that gets you on the other end of this track quick. Back to you, Gary.
Well, it's time to go racing, but earlier, Army took a look at what one of these mud racers looks like when you're starting from scratch.
Believe it or not, what you're looking at are basically the same vehicles. However, the one in the foreground that I'm sitting in is a bare frame that they're going to be hanging all the speed components off of. When this vehicle comes out next year, we see it on television, it'll have a supercharged engine, have a front end and everything hung onto the bare frame. This is what holds it all together. We just want to kind of show you what the finished product looks like. Stressed out next to us, it's all dressed up and ready to go. The problem we've got with this new one is what kind of dress are we going to get her for the prom? Because you got to remember, you're spinning the wheels in 2 seconds at 160 miles an hour with over 1,500 horsepower. Back to you, Gary.
Well, up first will be Scott Cecil. There is Scott in the near lane. The far lane will be Dan Brown in Mind Games 2. Now, Brown may be spinning those wheels at 160 miles per hour, but I doubt if Cecil is.
Oh, Brown runs that supercharged engine. He likes to really get up and wing it. You can hear it actually whistling as it goes down the track. Runs the big, tall tires out of Class 5. Now, it's hard to believe that these tires originally started their life as a highway-type tire, but each of the racers modify them. That's one of the class requirements. They must be DOT-approved tires to start off with.
It's going to be all Dan Brown. Cecil has a problem. Brown, the first to log in a time today at 2.677. It's going to be a quick track. Obviously, it's faster going first out.
Man, I tell you, check this out. 2.677 with a bounce.
All right, there's the replay. Let's go down and talk to him.
Dan, a 2.67 first out of the box. Is that track going to get better, or did you get the first shot at it?
Army, the track's pretty tight and tacky out there. I don't know if, as long as it don't rut up. The line's a little sticky. There's pretty good line left there. It might get a little better as the night goes along.
Well, let's see if he's a prognosticator as we line up two more combatants here. Coming up next, there is the Mud Patrol. Tom Means won this event back in 1991, and he will be taking on Jack Frost. Jack Frost drives insane to the membrane. I love these names.
Hey, if you had a name like Jack Frost, you'd have a car name insane to the membrane. but you'd be having fun, just like Jack is.
They are indeed.
But you'd also be drawing one of the baddest boys in the sport, too, you know.
Oh, look at that run that Means set down. Let's check the time. 2.690. 2.690. That is only second fast right now. 3.006 ET for Jack Frost.
Now, keep in mind, a 3-second run is good in this sport.
Now, did you notice I refrained from saying Jack Frost was nipping at his nose?
Thank you.
Well, Tom Means standing by at the end of the pit with Army.
Tom, it looked like you actually banged the side of the track right at the finish line. Did that affect you at all?
Yeah, it slowed me down a little bit. It picked the front wheels out, and, I really couldn't turn it or nothing, but I got down near the end. I knew I was going to hit the wall, but I couldn't lift,
This is Indianapolis. You don't lift here, do you?
No, that's for sure.
We're coming back to the Indiana State Fairgrounds, a fine-looking show and shine Jeep. Stay with us.